Hey everyone, Brandin here from IGN. We are looking at Dying Light's new expansion trailer. The expansion's called The Following. It takes place after the events of Dying Light, and it looks to shake things up quite a bit. So right off the bat, let's go back here. You might notice the city of Haran is not sort of the central playground of The Following. Now we're in a new area called the Countryside, sort of like an outback, like a rocky, hilly area. And you'll also notice there's a lot of roads, and not so much to parkour, which is what Dying Light's sort of been known for, and that is because the Fallen implements buggies. But we'll get to that a little bit later. Right now, you get your first shots of the mountains. You see some bridges there in the background, lots of roads, lots of stuff to drive on. This looks to be like sort of a village or a favela of the area. And then you get here. This is appears to be a refinery. I'm not sure what it's refining, but that looks like a parkour like haven. It looks like something that you're going to be able to jump on, and in fact, a little bit later on in the trailer, we see characters actually running and parkouring through this. So lots of things to sort of that signature Dying Light gameplay where you're hopping over things and running along catwalks and all kinds of craziness. And then up at the top, you see the sort of the crow's nest of the refinery with all those zip lines coming down, so you can get down to the ground presumably pretty quickly. Rolling on through, there's lots to discover. So right here. Let's go back for a second. So the following takes place, like I said, outside the city of Haran, in the countryside. There is word that there's a cult operating somewhere out there, and they're tied to the infection in one very big way. I'm not going to sort of reveal what it is, but it has huge implications for everybody, sort of surviving in this zombie apocalypse. And this right here is sort of their matriarch. It's what they pray to. They call her, I believe, a mother beloved by the god of the sun is sort of. They call themselves her children, and they chant and bow to her and scribble her likeness all over the rocks. And so that's sort of, you follow these signs and these clues and try to, kind of track down, find out what's going on, earn the trust of the locals, and like that. Stuff like that, get to the bottom of it. This appears to be some sort of compound. I'm not entirely sure what this could be, but I assume it's, put in here to show people are surviving in the wilderness outside the walls of the city. A little boy on a makeshift swing with lots of our friends in the background there. And then we go on and we introduce, again, the story will take place and center on Kyle Crane, the protagonist from the first game. You can't really see a good shot of his face there, but the other hero of the game is right here, the Doom Buggy. They're adding vehicles in this time. Doom Buggy is going to play a huge part, and the developer has gone on to say that they really want the Doom Buggy to be like another hero of the game. And if you look closely, you can see a co-pilot seat right up there in the back, which means you'll be able to, you and your friends will be able to tear across the countryside, gunning down zombies from the back of your buggy. Going forward a little bit more, this is more parkour, going over oil pipes. I assume they're oil pipes with zombies on the ground there trying to get to the distance. More sex shots of the buggy here. Oh, and if we go back a little bit, there's giving you a little example of what the buggy's capable of, going off hills and cliffs and bridges and jumps. And there's Kyle Crane's pretty mug right there. And in this next shot, we see two more buggies. These are white instead of red, so sort of alluding to the fact that they're customizable. Also, if you'll notice, there's netting on the windows where the original buggy didn't have that, as well as some sort of either siding, maybe aluminum siding, or maybe some sort of cloth on the back there to cover. It could be light armor, it could just be cloth, but it all alludes to the fact that buggies are customizable. You can upgrade your buggy, you can add weapons to it, you can add spikes and ram bars and electric cages. Here's another one going off. And the more you drive, the more you're going to level up. The more driver skill you're going to get. And just to cap it off, you see another nice shot of the countryside, which looks like an awesome place to tear through. And here we have some sizzle reel of ripping through zombies, shooting some zombies with what appears to be, I think that's an SMG. Could be a police rifle. I'm not 100% sure. Another buggy. Smash cuts of buggies. Here's that shot of the refinery I was telling you about. Like I said, you're going to be able to climb all over this thing like a little monkey. And do your parkour, and zombies getting gunned down. More parkour. This sort of emphasizes a different area of it. How you'll actually, a lot of the countryside seems to be, tied to the buggies and driving around. But here is a great example of like how you're going to be able to parkour on nature itself. You'll see over in the distance. that there's like a log between the cliff and a rock there, so obstacles for you to walk across, right? Like more in that parkour free running style. And again, off in the background, more the city, which what appears to be maybe Haran in the background. But if we zoom in on this guy, we don't have any information, but he appears to be a secondary character. And he has a cut. He's part of an MC, a motorcycle club, and his cut on the back says, I believe that says Hell's Rebels. I don't know why you would have a motorcycle club in a world with just dune buggies, but bless him for trying. So he might be a secondary character, maybe not. Here's a shot of a bandit. I believe that is a police rifle, and he's sort of guarding the buggies. In the demo we played at Gamescom, the hands-on demo of everything that this trailer pulls from. When you first got your buggy, you rescued it from a compound that was sort of being controlled by bandits, so you had to go in there either stealthily or guns blazing, and this is one of those enemies that you had to take down, heavily armed. And here is here's what everyone has been asking for. The developers were very keen on listening to community feedback and making sure they got everything they could in there. So there is now a crossbow in Dying Light, and it works exactly like you think it should. It has awesome little iron sights on it that you can use to, headshots for silent takedowns, silent kills, and then of course you can go and pick up the crossbow bolts to reload and sort of conserve ammo that way. And then we end the trailer, the short trailer, but packed with info, with a sort of pretty horizon shot of sort of the countryside again. Again, in the background, you can see what appears to be, I assume, is Haran. Maybe not. Maybe it's another city close by. But the countryside is set to take place just outside the walls of Haran. And then you can see an overpass over there that's sort of dilapidated and crumbled, and so there's going to be a lot of cool obstacles. I imagine that buggy is going to get a lot of airtime. You're going to be all over the place. And then if we look down here, as whoever is driving the demo right now is jumping off the cliff, you can see again more of those little cliffs and outcroppings and ledges to climb up and jump across, and trees to use as bridges. So and then we go diving straight into the water. So that is the Dying Light The Following reveal trailer. It's coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. There's no release date just yet, but it is going to be soon. If you bought the season pass, The Following is going to be included in that. If not, it should be somewhere around the neighborhood of $15. But that's it. That's what we have for you. I've been Brandon with IGN. If you want more of the Dying Light, more of The Following, or more zombie buggy madness, you're already in the right place. IGN.